Welcome back to Bike to Wheel World. Today, we're taking a detailed look at a motorcycle that brings together old-school Royal Enfield character, relaxed cruising, and a distinctive bobber-inspired attitude. The Royal Enfield Goan Classic 350. The Goan Classic 350 is not simply a classic 350 with a different paint job. Royal Enfield has reshaped the motorcycle around a more laid-back bobber theme, giving it a lower stance, raised handlebars, chopped fenders, distinctive wheels, white wall-style tires, and a floating-style rear seat. The result is a motorcycle that immediately looks different from the regular classic while retaining the familiar mechanical character of the 349cc J-platform engine. For 2026, the Goan Classic 350 continues to make a strong case for riders who care about personality just as much as specifications. It is designed to be relaxed rather than aggressive, stylish rather than overly complicated, and enjoyable at everyday road speeds. Starting with the design, the Goan Classic 350 has one of the most recognizable silhouettes in the Royal Enfield range. The teardrop-shaped fuel tank gives the motorcycle its classic foundation, while the shortened fenders and low-slung proportions add a custom bike flavor. The raised mid-ape-style handlebar changes the riding position and gives the rider a more commanding, relaxed posture. The seat is another major visual highlight. The motorcycle uses a dedicated bobber-style rider seat, while the removable floating pillion seat adds practicality when you need to carry another person. That combination allows the Goan Classic 350 to look like a minimalist single-seat custom motorcycle while still offering additional versatility. The wheels are perhaps one of the biggest attention grabbers. Royal Enfield uses a larger 19-inch front wheel and a wider 16-inch rear wheel, creating the stretched and low-slung stance associated with bobber motorcycles. The edge-laced aluminum spoke wheels are designed to accept tubeless tires, combining retro styling with the more modern practical advantage. The white wall-style tire treatment adds even more vintage character. At the front, the familiar Royal Enfield cascade-style headlamp remains central to the design, but it uses LED technology. LED lighting is also used for the indicators, giving the motorcycle a modern touch without taking away from its traditional appearance. The round lighting elements work particularly well with the motorcycle's overall vintage theme. The Goan Classic 350 is available in vibrant color choices that make its custom-inspired design even more noticeable. Depending on the market, color availability can vary, but Royal Enfield has positioned the motorcycle around expressive finishes rather than simply offering conservative shades. This is a motorcycle intended to stand out. Moving to the engine, the Goan Classic 350 uses Royal Enfield's proven 349cc single-cylinder, 4-stroke J-platform engine. It is air-oil-cooled and equipped with electronic fuel injection. The official specifications list approximately 20.2 horsepower at 6,100 revolutions per minute and 27 Nm of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute, with a 5-speed gearbox. Those numbers tell you exactly what kind of motorcycle this is. The Goan Classic 350 isn't designed to be a high-revving sport machine. Instead, it focuses on smooth, accessible torque and relaxed acceleration. The engine delivers its strongest character in the lower and middle portions of the rev range, making it suitable for urban riding, relaxed cruising, and weekend journeys. The 349cc single-cylinder motor has become one of Royal Enfield's most recognizable modern engines because of its distinctive feel and exhaust character. Twist the throttle and the response is predictable rather than explosive. That makes the Goan Classic 350 approachable for riders who prefer a calm and controlled riding experience. The 5-speed gearbox complements that personality. You don't need to constantly chase high revs to enjoy the motorcycle. The torque delivery allows the bike to settle into a comfortable rhythm, particularly on ordinary city roads and open highways. Royal Enfield lists fuel economy around 36.2 km/L under its specified testing conditions, although real-world consumption will naturally depend on traffic, riding style, road conditions, passenger load, and maintenance. With a 13-liter fuel tank, the motorcycle can also be suitable for longer rides between fuel stops. The exact real-world range will vary, but the combination of the relatively efficient 349cc engine and tank capacity gives the Goan Classic 350 useful touring potential. Now let's talk about the riding position, because this is one area where the Goan Classic 350 differs significantly from the standard Classic 350. The seat height is approximately 750 mm, which gives the motorcycle a relatively accessible stance. The raised handlebars bring the rider's hands into a more relaxed position, while the overall bobber-inspired ergonomics encourage a laid-back riding posture. This setup is particularly appropriate for relaxed cruising. Instead of encouraging the rider to lean forward and attack corners, the Goan Classic 350 invites you to sit back, enjoy the scenery, and let the engine work at a comfortable pace. The motorcycle has a curb mass of around 197 kilograms with fuel, and the wheelbase measures approximately 1,400 mm. Ground clearance is listed at 170 mm. That weight is noticeable, but it also contributes to the planted character of the motorcycle. At low speeds, riders will need to manage the bike's mass carefully, especially when parking or maneuvering in tight spaces. Once moving, however, the Goan Classic 350 feels more stable and settled. The suspension setup consists of 41 mm telescopic front forks with around 130 mm of travel, while the rear uses twin-tube emulsion shock absorbers with adjustable preload. This configuration is designed around comfort rather than aggressive track performance. On normal roads, the suspension helps maintain the relaxed character of the motorcycle. The adjustable rear preload is also useful because it allows the suspension setup to be adapted to different loads. Braking is handled by a 300 mm front disc with a twin-piston floating caliper and a 270 mm rear disc with a single-piston floating caliper. Dual-channel ABS is included, providing an important modern safety feature. The braking system matches the motorcycle's intended use. It offers controlled stopping performance without trying to turn the Goan Classic 350 into a sport bike. Technology is another area where Royal Enfield has found a nice balance. The motorcycle keeps a retro analog style instrument design while adding modern functionality. The display can provide information such as gear position and fuel-related information, while the trip or navigation system is available as part of the motorcycle's modern equipment package. There is also a Type-C USB fast charging port, which is a small but useful feature for riders who depend on their phone during longer journeys.